Hello, everybody. We are live. And just to tell you something right now, we are literally having some major difficulties. We were supposed to be up 4 or 5 minutes ago, get started. And for some reason, everything just does not seem to want to be working today. So give us a second if we are trying to find out what we need to do to get this all up and going. All right, so I'm just waiting for Chris. What happened, guys, is for some reason all of our equipment just is not connecting today, and so we're trying to. Chris is now out, uh, trying to figure it all out himself on his side. So he should be here in just a minute. Sorry about this. Literally, this never really happens on our show, but this is what happens in the world of technology. Usually, we can, if we record this stuff at our house or when we record this just in the studio, we don't have malfunctions like this. It's just happening today for some apparent reason. I'll be waiting for Chris. He should be popping in any second, and then we will go and start the podcast. So, if there's anybody in the chat that wants to ask any questions about any of the movies, any shows, or anything like that we're going to discuss here in a little bit, be more and free to just throw your questions in there. I can actually wait. Oh, it looks like Chris is now here. Let's see what he's got. How you doing, Chris?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good. One.
2.
There we go.
Finally. Sorry,
Yeah.
did you tell me what's going on or did you blame it on me? Which one did you do?
Oh yeah, I totally blamed it on you.
Oh, yeah.
I also changed my internet. I'm going off my hotspot right now instead of my actual house internet because earlier today we did have a brownout, so a rolling brownout. So maybe that caused it. I haven't rebooted my. You know what? Let me go reboot it really quick, like, and you listen to your little clip.
I'm having a good time. Not.
Yeah, so that's from Wayne's World. Underrated movie. I mean, people say they love it, but I've heard people like sort of like roll their eyes at it. But it's a fun movie. Seem to try to clear my throat. But got myself a beer today. Shine Oktoberfest. I've been drinking on this one the past couple weeks. And yeah, it's good to see you. I'm happy to be here. Talking 2 movies, 2 new ones. Finally got to see Amsterdam. Was testy there for a second. Me and Neil had a miscommunication, but we're seeing Amsterdam. We both got to see Amsterdam. I think we watched.
I did not have a miscommunication. I straight up told you at the end of the episode last week. I sent you a message. You told me how much you hated Hocus Pocus and Harry Potter and Wizard of Oz, and that you hate anything that's a kids movie. It's all bullshit, is what you said.
I sent you a message afterwards, like on Sunday.
Yeah, but that was like 2 days later when I'm working. I was working. I don't pay attention to messages when they come through me unless it has something to do with the work I'm doing at that time. But yeah, Chris. So sometimes I just don't pay attention to you. And because I don't pay attention to you, it just makes me think of one thing and one thing only.
It's a show by Chris and Neil with all great movies. They are the real deal. We watch them all, so you don't have to. It's movies that don't suck and some that do.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, viewers of all ages, this is Movies That Don't Suck and Some That Do. My name is Neil.
And I'm Chris.
And today we got, count them 2, not 1, but 2 movies out there in the viewing world for you to watch that we are going to review for you today to tell you if they suck or if they don't.
Right. That's right? The name of the show, right? Yeah.
It is. I mean, one day we were really drunk, stoned. We're wrestling around nakedly in a vat of Jello. And that's when we discovered we need to do a movie podcast, and that's how
I
this
mean,
all
it's
came out.
that's part of it, but like a lot of it was me texting the hallway or my workplace saying we should start a podcast. So
Whatever. Anyway, so the first movie comes straight from you from the global giants known as Disney. Yeah, this is a Disney movie, and that means Pinhead is now a Disney princess.
it's good. Good times.
Yes. Hellraiser brought original movie on Hulu. If you don't know, Hulu is owned by Disney, folks. So don't let you think that I'm making up that it's a Disney princess,
Yeah,
because they're owned by Disney, right? If
yeah,
it's female, it's Disney princess. So
yeah, yeah.
or Pinhead, or the priest, as they state in this, is now. So we will be reviewing Clive Barker's Hellraiser, the new remake of the 2022, starring.
You want me to say it?
I had it in my head like right before I was going to say it, and then I was like, I'm going to mess it up now.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it.
I want to see Asian.
Odessa is Asian.
Odessa Asian. Yeah, it's close.
Oh my god! We didn't even do anything. He got drunk and passed out, so I bought a bunch of stuff on his Amazon account. I got you guys a new spatula. Happy? Not even a little bit.
Spatula.
Look, Kyle isn't just some rando. I actually really like this guy. He was the first person to be nice to me at my new school. Plus, he's handsome, he's good looking, and he's like really hot.
Okay.
So that was
What's
from the one season of Fam, which
you like Fam?
I watched an episode or two the other night while I was doing the clips.
Yeah.
Never seen it before.
Yeah.
Probably why I got canceled. But she was on several shows too. Like, it wasn't just that. She was also. I'm sorry, I was about to call.
Neil disappeared. I don't know where he went. So
I'm having a good time. Not.
Neil. So I don't know where Neil went, guys. He's disappeared into the ether somewhere. And in the meantime, I'm just gonna talk to myself. Hope everyone's having a good day. Or winding down from the day. What happened, dude?
There you are.
What happened?
I think altogether it's just my computer in general. Here, give me a second. I'm going to connect to my other Wi-Fi. It might disconnect me for half a second. All right, try it out. 1,
1, 2,
3.
4.
Okay, we're good now.
Okay.
I believe what happened was my modem reboosted up, and it probably just kicked my other one out.
Okay. So you were trying to figure out what else Odessa was in.
Yes, she was also in Grand Army, which was a TV series in 2020 that literally pissed everybody off in the world. She was also on Nashville, which was a Grammy Award-winning TV show. And here she plays Riley in Hellraiser. Also feature playing Pinhead, the greatest Cenobite of all time, Jamie Clayton.
That locker room might have made my father the man that he is, but it also made me the woman that I am. After that, I quit the swim club. I quit trying to fit in, trying to be one of them. I knew I never would be. But more importantly, I didn't want to be. Their violence was petty and ignorant, but ultimately it was true to who they were. The real violence. The violence that I realized was unforgivable was the violence that we do to ourselves when we're too afraid to be who we really are.
Okay. That's not
Yeah,
Pinhead.
right? Wasn't that a speech? Wasn't
Yeah,
that
it
a speech?
was-
I was pretty proud to find that speech. I was pretty proud of that one. Also, Drew Starkey, who I want to say before you hit the button, Chris, before you hit the button, there are so many thirst videos out there of Drew Starkey.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous, guys. Come on. Let's praise the person for being an actor and not how many times he can take his shirt off and make out with people.
I've been here a long time, Calvin. I mean, well over 8 months.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I like you.
Oh, thanks.
You know, you're like me. You know, you're always thinking out of the box.
Always.
Yeah. I'm going to let you do this, but if it backfires, it is all on you. I am throwing you under the bus. Capiche?
Oh, you're serious.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, great. I won't let you down.
Awesome, man.
Okay.
I didn't mention the other person in the movie in the clip that was saying yeah or whatever is Danny Pudi of plays Abed in Community, but
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
And then last but not least, the guy who plays Voight in this movie, Goran. Oh, I'm not going to be able to say this last night.
I don't.
Visenjak?
Something weird European last. Eastern
Okay,
European last.
you play the clip, and I'll go figure out how to say it.
I'm not after the virus that causes the undead. I'm after the dark necrofluid that runs through their veins.
The black goo. Why?
Because I discovered it can stop cells from aging. The promise of eternal youth. The beauty industry has been chasing it forever, but now I can provide it at a price. And all I need is a steady supply of the undead, who you'll imprison and harvest like farm animals. You know what? I should just stop guessing. No, that's exactly right. I knew it! And it all starts with you.
So that's from Santa Clarita Diet.
Yes, and it's Goran Vishnik.
Vishnik?
Vishnik is how you
Vishnik.
pronounce it. The J
Like-
is silent. So it's Vishnik.
All right, cool.
So Gordon Vishnik is how you pronounce it. Gordon Vishnik and many others in this movie. We're talking about Hellraiser from the Hulu. And also the second movie this week is, wow, is this one a star-casted freaking full of people. So I figured I picked the 4 best people to represent this movie.
Okay.
First, you know him as the guy who likes to beat up grips on every movie he's on, Christian Bale.
There is an idea of a Patrick Bateman, some kind of abstraction, but there is no real me, only an entity, something illusory. And though I can hide my cold gaze, and you can shake my hand and feel flesh gripping yours, and maybe you can even sense our lifestyles are probably comparable, I simply am not there.
Yeah, that's from American Psycho.
Yeah, the only movie Christian Bale ever did that was any good. And then, okay, Fighter. He did Fighter.
Yeah, the Fighter is good. Yeah.
And then, from probably one of the worst people in the Batman universe to one of the best people in the Batman universe, Margot Robbie.
There is a... You're here.
Oh, God, stop. You're gonna do that thing where you open up a weird-ass case of torture devices while inexplicably detailing your master plan and how I don't fit into it.
I'm building a better...
Seriously, you don't have to, really. You're building a criminal empire because Daddy kicked you out of Janus Court, and you think this is a big fuck you, but in actuality, it's a very misguided attempt to win back his respect. I get it. You're really not as complicated as you think.
And you're really not as clever as you think, because now I'm gonna...
Oh,
slice you.
Jesus Christmas. Now you're gonna say that you want to kill me to set an example. Christ, you're boring.
Yeah, that's from Birds of Prey. He's talking to Ewan McGregor trying to fuck her up.
Yeah. Which is funny because Harley in the Batman universe is actually a psychiatrist, so exactly she's gonna know exactly what to say to this psycho trying to kill her.
Yeah.
Then of course John David Washington.
Is that what this is?
What?
Is what you're threatening. If I don't apologize, I'm going to lose you.
I'm not looking for an apology, Malcolm.
Well, what do you want, a screenplay credit?
Don't be cruel.
No, I'm serious. I know we talk for hours and hours about work. Is it so much of a fucking nuisance that you like compensation? I had a draft of the script before you ever came into my life.
It's not about credit, Malcolm. I don't want fucking credit.
Well, what is it, Marie? What do you want?
From Malcolm Marie on Netflix. Zendaya is in that too, and we actually talked about that on the show. So
Yes, and that's a really good movie. I like that movie.
who else in this movie, pal?
The one, the only, so nice. You could watch any movie with this guy in it, and it's going to be a blockbuster hit out of the park. But this time, for the first time ever, I got to do a clip of him because we didn't have clips last time we had a movie with him in it.
Is that right?
We didn't have him yet.
No.
Because last thing we did with him in it was Irishman.
Yeah.
We didn't have clips yet. But this time we had it. So I had to pick the best line that he's ever done in his entire history. The one, the only. If you know him in person, you can call him Bobby. But if not, you give him respect as Robert De Niro.
You talking to me? You talking to me? You talking to me? Well, then who the hell else are you talking? You talking to me? Well, I'm the only one here. Who the fuck do you think you're talking to? Oh, yeah? Huh? Okay.
Yeah, from Taxi Driver. I mean, it's like iconic.
Yeah. One of the
Something-
first 10 DVDs I ever owned.
Oh, Taxi Driver? Cool.
Yeah. I love
Means-
Taxi Driver. Taxi Driver is one of my faves. So that movie is Amsterdam. So Hellraiser, Amsterdam. Chris, tell everybody out there where they can find us.
You can find us online at moviesdon'tsuck.net. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/moviesdon'tsuck podcast. We're on Twitter at MTS Podcast. We're on Instagram at MTS Podcast. We're on Patreon, patreon.com/moviesdon'tsuck. We're on Bonfire. Go to bonfire.com. Search Movies Don't Suck and something to do. You'll find merch with shirts or on stuff you can buy with our name on it if you like that. And then we're all over. If you're on watch this YouTube and subscribe, watch the Facebook, like that page, and wherever you find podcasts, you can find Movies That Don't Suck and something to do. Your turn.
Usually you introduce me, you dick.
Sorry, Neil, what do we do for small businesses?
You're just like, I don't care today. I'm just here to do stuff. I'm barely here to do stuff.
Well, go ahead.
Today, a small business that we are highlighting is one that I love right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and that is Vintage Toy Mall. Vintage Toy Mall is one of my favorite places. Oh, yeah. Vintage Toy Mall. It's toys, it's comics, it's collectibles. It's in a... look at the outside. Look how it's painted like He-Man and Batman and everything on the windows. Oh, you couldn't tell that on the inside. There's just so much stuff. There's so much stuff. In fact, let me read about them on their website. Vintage Toy Mall is nearly 3,000 square feet of nostalgia overload, located at 81st and Elm Place in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Come see Tulsa area's largest vintage action figure and comic-related item novelty shops and variety provided by dozens of vendors. As a free service, they offer their store vendors the ability to list everything they are selling on their website. That means everything found at vintagetoymall.com is currently for sale in their store. However, not everything in our store is listed on the site. So come see us so you don't miss anything. Their inventory is constantly changing, and as well as the selection brought in from other vendors, so you're bound to see something new each and every visit. Literally, vintagetoymall.com. You can also find them on Facebook at Vintage Toy Mall. They have such a big, huge lineup of stuff that's on there. They just had their mini con this past weekend where Jimmy, the Mouth of the South Jimmy Hart, the manager of many pro wrestlers, was there. Kevin Nash was supposed to be there, but we're not going to talk about that.
Sure.
But really cool place, guys. I'm telling you, if you're ever in the Tulsa area, it is the place to go for all your vintage toys. Yes.
Okay.
That's all I have to say about that. That's all I got to say about that.
Where is it located?
Broken Arrow.
The address.
You know, you would say that after I've already closed off that part. I'm trying to make sure I'm trying to make sure my computer stays at the speed because we've been having problems all day long. But it is at 530 South Elm Place, Broken Arrow, Oklahoma 74012. But you
Alright,
can buy everything online. So if you're here anywhere in the world, you can buy
they'll
it.
ship it to you. Cool beans. All right, man. How's your week been?
Ups, downs, in betweens. I mean, like, I'm today is the first time I didn't know because I'm doing the podcast. Tomorrow will be the first time in 13 days that I actually get to not do anything.
Oh, that's
for
cool.
anybody.
That's
For
awesome.
any one of you fuckers. Not one of you sons of bitches. Nobody is telling me what to do. I'm done with it.
You can take down that photo so we can see each other.
What?
Yeah.
What did you just say? I've
You
got to
take
turn
down
your mic up, dude. I got to turn you up. But anyway, say that again.
I'm saying that you still have the vintage toy mall photo up, so I can't see you.
Oh, that's good. That's good. You don't need to see me.
There we go.
You know what you do need to see? You need to see this. Hey, donkey loving.
Okay, you know why we're doing it on Wednesday today?
Because some reason you're telling me about you're gonna go get yourself a side bitch.
No, well, me kind of. We're getting a puppy.
You're getting
and
a
I don't
side
wanna-
bitch, Chris. Just say it.
we are getting a bitch. Her name's Honey.
Is it a girl? Is it a girl?
Yeah, it's a girl. It's a girl, puppy, golden retriever, 8 weeks old. So, I want to be there so I can imprint her when she gets here. So, but we're putting it tomorrow after work, and I'm very excited, and nervous. I've never had a puppy before. I've had a
Chris
dog.
got a side bitch. Chris got a side bitch.
That's right. You know, I think we need to talk about.
So how much are you paying? How much are you paying?
800.
Holy shit!
That's an expensive dog.
There, you know, right down the road from my house, there's a guy giving away free puppies.
Okay. I mean, I don't know what you want to say. We got Hugo for 40. He's with
Yeah, he's a big dude. He's a biggin, and he eats $40 a day.
He's a sweetheart. I love Hugo so much, and he's gonna love having a little sister. So.
Hugo is. I don't normally like big dogs, but I really like Hugo. Like
Hugo's awesome.
you guys beat him well until he was trained well.
No, we don't beat him. It was positive.
Oh, dude, I've seen you with the bullwhip. I've seen you with the bullwhip.
I don't hit any animal. I love all my animals and teach them love. But let's talk about more love and we'll talk about Hellraiser, directed by
Hellraiser. Oh my God, are we talking Hellraiser?
Yeah.
Yes. Hellraiser.
Directed by David Bruckner, not that one. The other one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hellraiser.
No, not that one either.
Oh. Hellraiser.
Nope. Are you gonna throw all 10 singles? Are you really gonna go through all 10?
Hellraiser. Oh wait. Hellraiser.
No. Not that one either. No.
What about this one?
No, not that one.
Not Hellraiser, Hellseeker. All right.
No.
What about Hellraiser, Deader?
No, not that one either.
No. Hellraiser, Hellworld.
Evil Goes Online. No, not that one either.
No. Hellraiser, Revolutions.
No. Revelations. Not that one either.
Hellraiser, Judgment.
No.
Oh, you mean this Hellraiser?
Yeah, the Hellraiser. yeah, that one.
Now let's make very clear. Oh yeah, go ahead. Say your part first. I'll jump in there.
Yeah, David Bruckner directed this. He's a pretty well-known he does lots of horror, but he did that segment on VHS Amateur Night. He did The Ritual, The Night House, which we talked about on the show, and he's actually going to be directing one of the newer VHS 85, which comes out sooner or later. But he directed this new version of Hellraiser. It stars Odessa. Oh my God, as Zion as Riley.
Oh my God.
Jamie Clayton as the priest.
That locker room might have made my father the man that he is, but it also made me the woman that I am.
This also stars Drew Starkey as Trevor.
I've been here a long time, Calvin. I mean, well over 8 months.
Goran Vishnik as Voight.
I'm not after the virus that causes the undead. I'm after the dark necrofluid that runs through their veins.
This also stars Adam Fajon as Matt. Fuck, sorry, my chair just like started sinking. And,
Because you got a fat butt.
yeah, I mean you would know about that. Brendan, Adam Fajon is Colin. Brandon Flynn is Matt. Afe Hines is Nora. Yina Orloff is the Weeper. And also, I want to mention Hayam Abbas is Manaker. And Kit Clark is Joey. Why don't you go ahead and read the storyline for this one, pal?
1 second, man.
What kind of beer you got there?
All right, so I got this whole big, huge thing that's like a bunch of different beers.
Yeah, that
and
was
this
nasty.
one. It's weird. It's Night Out Pumpkin Ale.
Pumpkin ale.
Yeah, because it kind of tastes like a liquid pumpkin pie.
My wife loves pumpkin ale. I'm
Yeah.
not a big pumpkin spice guy.
Yeah,
guy.
it's weird because I just went from an IPA from Chicago.
Oh, it's gonna change it. It's gonna change.
So the change the flavor from a sour. Anyway, all right, let's talk about this. A take on Clive Barker's 1987 horror classic where a young woman struggling with addiction comes into possession of an ancient puzzle box, unaware that its purpose is to summon the Cenobites, a group of sadistic supernatural beings from another dimension.
I want to mention that Neil has a replica of this box on his
Oh shoot, man! I thought I grabbed it, and I did not. Oh, you made me upset.
I came over to his house for the first time. I walked over and I saw the replica of the Hellraiser box. And so I was like, "Is this a Hellraiser box?" Like, yeah, it is, and it's fucking cool. I'm glad Neil has that. Do you remember when you got it, dude?
Yes, it is a replica that came with the action figure of Pinhead, which I do have in storage still. I haven't had him out. I should have grabbed him for this, but I didn't. But yes, here is as it's known now, the Leviathan puzzle box.
Yeah, I wish it was functional, but like you know,
they got one that's kind of functional where it does the where this piece here pops up and then you can take it and push it down in and you can push this button here, but that's it. Like there's not really
it doesn't
much
stab you. You know, you take out the Cenobites. What the fuck?
Well, the thing is, the stabbing thing is a new thing. Like and the 7 configurations is more from the comics. So unlike so all right, we're here, man. We're talking about it. All right. So one of my first movies watching ever, I was 7 years old, and it was Hellraiser. It was 1987, 88, and my cousin put it on while he was living in this skyscraper in downtown South Bend or near the Notre Dame campus. And you could see like all the city, and it's a lightning storm going on. They had no blinds or curtains because they didn't have that kind of money but it's all of glass. And then we're watching Hellraiser while this whole storm's going on behind it. And I was addicted to horror movies because of Hellraiser. Hellraiser was the one I remember that made me the happiest in life.
When I was a kid, I never saw Hellraiser till the actual like Hellraiser movie. I didn't see till I was like 4 or 5 years ago. But I know Pinhead, you know, everyone knows who Pinhead is. He used to scare the hell out of me. And then I saw a movie, I wasn't scared of him anymore. That's how it usually happens. Like there's a movie called The Gate when I was a kid that scared the living hell out of me. I watched it recently, and I'm like, how did I get scared of this shit? But yeah. So this Hellraiser, I'm gonna go through real quick, just a quick run through because they just said a new take and they didn't say so. This one deals with Odessa and her brother, and she lives in an apartment. She's a recovering addict, or she's in the 12-step program, and she gets hooked up with this guy named Trevor. Trevor's another guy she met at the 12-step program, and and he brings it to the storehouse, and they come across the box, the Leviathan box. That's all I'm saying. I don't even think else away. But um, when it comes to
You gave away the whole movie already. It's pretty good.
no, I didn't. I did not give away
pretty clear.
even a quiet part of it. I just said they found the box, which is obvious. Uh, when in real quick, in comparison to the original movie, what is this one to you?
This is good, but I mean, the original to me is like, is I mean,
okay?
the original. Yeah, the original's
Yeah.
original to me. And so like, there's things I love about this new movie, and there's things I don't like because it kind of took away that other thing. But the thing is, that's just being, a dick about, oh, you messed up the thing I liked, this one time.
Do you miss the leather?
First, I'm sorry, we're not in the proper way to talk about this.
Okay. Oh, Neil's gotta do
Okay.
something.
Now that we're being watched over by Leviathan.
Okay.
Now we're being watched over
So-
by Leviathan. Then yeah. Okay, what am I gonna say here? Man, this movie had some major hits and some major and some misses for me. One
Okay.
I really loved, and I will not do a comparison of who's better or anything like that, but I love this version of fucking Pinhead where they
Yeah, Jamie
use the
Clayton?
skin,
Yeah.
Jamie Clayton, where they use the skin as the outfit. I think that's so cool. Do I like the old BDSM leather? Yes, I mean, who's not going to miss the BDS leather of all the four different people who played Pinhead before? But I am a real big fan of this look and how to update it because I feel like it's more Clive Barker. Like if you've ever
Yeah.
read the comics, it kind of feels more Clive Barker. Like this movie took a little bit to get to the point where now we're starting to see it, but as soon as it got to the point where it's like now this feels like Clive Barker. Like it was going a little slow, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, now I'm here. Now I'm in the world that I came to see.
One of the coolest things about Hellraiser, obviously, is all the Cenobite type of monsters. And all of them here were they were kind of like in the old ones, but this one they really amped it up because they're able to use, like you said, the last one was a lot of BDSM leather. This one is a lot of just body horror. You know what I mean? Like just lots of gruesome shit. And I do like how they revealed how they sort of at the end they sort of revealed something that I thought that was really cool, and it really expanded upon the universe. Um, I I enjoyed this one. It took like you said, it did take a little bit, but once it did, it just kept ratcheting up. Um, and there's twists through this thing. There's obviously just straight scary shit when we deal with anything that's any of these Cenobites. They're scary as fuck. You know what I mean? Like they're freaky.
Dude, but they were beautiful. Like I love that they brought back Chatter. I don't know, Chatter Teeth, I think is what
Yeah,
they call them in the
the
world.
Chatterer. Yeah, the Chatterer.
Yeah, and I think his name's actually Chatter Teeth in the
Mm.
original, if I remember, just because of I have the action
Yeah.
figure. But there is just so much about this that works. Let me talk about the one thing that doesn't work.
Okay.
None of these characters I cared about.
Yeah. They could all die.
Besides the main girl.
Yeah.
Besides the main girl, who
Odessa.
Riley. That's the only one Riley's character and was the only one I really cared about. But the thing is, if you read a Clive Barker comic book, if you read one of his books or anything like that, you got to understand that the people that are in these movies, the people that are in these stories that are getting tortured by Cenobites and all that stuff, are people that are 100% supposed to be people like do I care that these people get tortured? Am I going for the Cenobites here, or am I going for the person? Because if you notice, every person that plays with the box, no matter if it's now, in the past, what movie you ever saw it in, whatever, they're never good people.
Right.
Not once.
There was points in this movie when I was yelling at Riley to do something for other people. You know, people that she just dragged along with her. But I like this movie. It's fine. I'm sure I'm sure you go on the internet you find different things. People say they loved it, and people who love the original say they hated it. And
Yeah.
I think to
I
me,
think if anybody says they hated it, I really think it's more of a them thing and not this
Yeah.
movie thing. Like,
Yeah.
I think this movie really brought it. It like
Yeah.
knocked it out of the park. I mean, it wasn't too gory, even though it could have been, where to the point where it's almost laughable. You know, it wasn't too.
I think this was probably a little less gruesome than the other ones, except for the body horror, because this one shows like just like fucked
Right.
up. Yeah, you know. So, um, but I like this story more than the original. Honestly, like this story iteration of the story to me is better than the original. I think it's more coherent. I guess the best way to put it.
Yeah. And the thing is, I like the story. I like that they added the 7 configurations of Leviathan. I
Mhm.
love that they added that, because now you're talking about you can make a movie based on just based on the fact that someone only got to this configuration, then it goes back, they get the box. And it could be like every movie now, they got to figure out how to get these 5, 6, 7 kills to get to the
Mhm.
way. Adding the blade popping out into the box, like when you configure out the box, and
Don't do
all
it,
of a
dude.
sudden,
Don't do it.
and like you do, ah!
Yeah.
No, but when you configure the box and all of a sudden like a blade pops out and stabs them, now their
Mhm.
blood was in the box. That gives me, I love that, because that gives me in more depth information about the box, which is
It reminded me a little bit about of Cabin in the Woods. They have to feed the gods. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So like yeah, I like that aspect of it. It's definitely it. I think it helps a bit when it comes to the lore of it. You know what I mean? Um,
right.
yeah. So you know, it's a it's a good one. I'm glad. I'd be glad to watch the sequel to this. You know?
I'd watch the sequel to your sequel.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna
Well, to
make a
be
sequel.
honest, okay, guys, let's just be honest. I literally own a Leviathan box. I
Yeah.
literally own one. I literally own the action figures in a container. Am I a little biased when it comes to Hellraiser?
Well,
Yes, I am, folks. It's just the way it is. I love me some Hellraiser. Um, Oh man, there's somebody online right now that's talking about how the Hellraiser film shows promise. Cenobites look for the pleasures of the flesh and across the layers of pain. Yes, that is
yeah.
100%. Not trying to give away too much of exactly what's going on in the
He
movie,
also said that
but
X and Barbarian, yeah, both really great. Have you seen Pearl? And not seen Terrified 2 yet. I've heard people
yeah,
talk about Terrified 2. They felt in there watching. They were watching. It should be illegal to watch. Like they were doing something illegal while watching
really,
it.
is it Terrifier 2 that bad?
No, they're saying it's good.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll take
Yeah,
a look at it later this
yeah,
week. But anyway, Pearl, we just reviewed that what two episodes ago?
yeah, yeah. 2 episodes
2
ago.
episodes ago again. So Garcia, go back and see that. Anyway, so the Cenobites, who I'm a huge fan of, I love the way they were imaged in this, and I
Mhm.
hope they go forward with this. Now, like I said, the story was a little weak. It was a little
You
weak
you thought so? Oh
until we
yeah,
got to the person that is the person, until we got to the
the
Cenobites, until
person,
we
the
got,
person.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
until we got to the point where it's like all of a sudden here's the priest or pinhead or whatever they're calling him this week.
Mhm.
And like I love the fact that all that happened and stuff like that, but it's like uh the only problem here I feel No, to be honest, I love the fact that they showed that there's a weakness now
You
with
okay?
our bad guys. Like, you know how they showed that someone got a Cenobite got stabbed and now that's a weakness. Like
Yeah, yeah.
they showed how like all these different, and there's just so many more that definitely that I would love to see here. I want to see it continue. I want to see the story continue. I want to see what we have that, you know, where this can go now. That now that
Mhm.
we know that Leviathan's a god, now that we got the backstory of who's running the Cenobites, and it's not just Pinhead,
Yeah, yeah.
then now we have a great story to go with. So
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it more. Again, this is for people. Do you think people will probably go into this not knowing the original Hellraiser, and that's fine. I don't think you need to. Uh, but I think if you're going to be like someone who really loves Hellraiser, that you're going to want to go back and watch what inspired it all. I do know that
I
they've
think
kind
all the Hellraisers are worth a watch, even the
of
crappy,
really,
crappy, crappy
really,
ones. Yes,
dude.
I'm a huge fan.
The Hellraiser sequels are as bad as some of the Halloween sequels. I mean, I
No,
mean,
no, they're not. Don't
you don't
ever
think
say
so?
that again. Don't ever
Uh,
say that again. I don't even know.
okay.
The sequel should deal within Hell World. Yes, I like that. Hell
Okay.
World. Mm.
Do you want to get some quotes out of the way, and then
Yeah,
we'll
let's
do
get
our
some
score?
quotes out of the way, and then we'll give our scores on this one. He never does anything. He can get. He never does anything and get someone else to do for him. If I solve it, do I get a prize? Oh, I can arrange that. You guys just heard us fucking, didn't you?
You know how many times I've said that?
Oh gosh, every time I come over to visit, I don't know what the hell it is. When you got visitors, you guys feel like fucking. It's weird. Goddamn boxes inside goddamn boxes inside of goddamn boxes. The blade was meant for you. I'm not on anything. I shouldn't be. So I shouldn't be seeing this shit right now. Angels, he called them. You would think the devil would know another devil. Save your breath. We need it for the screaming. What's your pleasure, ma'am? They said it. They said the line. When they said it, I was like, oh, they said the line.
The line.
The line. They said the line. Anyway, there is so much more the body can feel, and you will feel it all before we are through. Accept the pain you won't. Be patient. Every second is a lifetime. You put that thing in my hands, and you knew what would happen. Come and get it, you bastards. Gifts cannot be ungiven, just exchange. And of course, last but not least, we have such sights to show you.
It's good shit, man. My score in this is a 3.6. You know, not insanely good, but not bad either. I enjoyed this movie. I definitely want to see where they go with it. Like, cause
Yeah.
you know, honestly, they stick with the same people that did this. I do think that
Mhm.
they may have then it may not fall into a sequel trap where everything kind of sucks. You know, like I know that some people really like the Hellraiser sequels, but to me they get pretty bad.
You get
Like
pretty bad.
and they muddy the pool of mythos, right?
You
So
keep on talking trash on the Hellraiser movies, bro, and I'm gonna read this first story, and you're gonna hate it.
okay, what I mean, I don't
You're right.
whatever. But what's your score on this?
The score on this is definitely have to gonna go 3.9. It could have been better, but it could have been way worse.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
this
It
is
could have been
rewatchable
worse.
to me. This is rewatchable to me. I will watch this again. I will watch my Hellraiser movie again, and like every movie before. Like I watched Hellraiser to fall asleep to, the original 1987 one. That's like a movie I fall asleep to, guys. I mean, it's insane.
So it's comfort
It's
food, is what you're
insane.
saying. Okay.
Huh? It's
You're saying
comfort.
it's yeah, comfort.
It's a thing that makes me feel happy.
I do want
Hey,
to
look
mention
what's on the wall. You want to see
is
right there? Right there? Right
yeah,
there?
I see it. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
I want to mention that
Macho
the
Man.
that Castellar Garcia. He said that Extra Legion is great. I'm even watching watching Dahmer on Netflix.
Yeah.
That's the movie that they watched that in that. So he's getting a little weird. I'm on RottenTomatoes.com right now.
It's not a little weird, not until I give him your address. His address is 4748.
Not even close. But
I know.
what I'm on RottenTomatoes.com right now. What do you think the audience score for Hellraiser 2022 is?
Has to be 83.
It is 64%.
It's 64?
Yeah.
What
Now,
kind of a world were these at? That's it. That's it, Chris. I can't
Wouldn't
help it.
show?
I can't help it, Chris. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. You see me doing it?
I'm having a good time. Not.
What's the critic score for Hellraiser 2022?
75.
67. You're close. You're close.
All right. That's
critic consensus is a gift for the long-suffering fans after numerous subpar sequels. David Bruckner's Hellraiser unlocks the puzzle box for getting the franchise back on the right track. I mean, yeah, it's a gift for people like you. But that's Hellraiser 2022. It's on Hulu. You guys can watch it right now. If you are not using Hulu, what the fuck are you doing? But Neil, I'm anxious to hear about the news. Are you ready to give them to me? You ready to give it to me?
Oh, news. You like news?
I like news. Let's do news.
Let's do the news. This is the Movies Don't Suck and Something in the News. I'm going to read a bunch of stuff Chris is going to like, or he's going to die trying.
All right. So you have a news story about Hellraiser for me? You said?
No.
Okay.
Because of all the crap you just said about Hellraiser.
Okay.
John Kerr, the legend of horror movies, who created Halloween, The Thing, probably two of the greatest horror movies of all time, if not the top 5 of horror movies of all time. Easily.
Oh, yeah.
I got them tattooed on me. I got a movie They Live tattooed on them. Completely dismisses and dismantles A24 horror movies altogether. Says there's no such thing as elevated horror, that he elevated horror many years, and there's not one movie for 24 that he's even heard of.
That's great. That's fine by me. I'm still love this fucking. I still love the short films.
I only got that story to F with you if you were going to F.
Well,
with
that's
Hellraiser.
fine, dude. I told you that usually when people shit on stuff I like, it doesn't really bother me. I don't take it personally. John Carpenter, I like his movies.
Yeah, I know. Everybody's personality. It doesn't matter because I mean Martin Scorsese, like craps on Marvel movies and comic book movies, and then it's like then he puts out a movie that's 7 hours long that like half of us couldn't even sit through.
Hey, Castellar, do you want more remakes or do you go with the originals? Just trying to talk to him. He's talking about
all right. We'll talk to him in here in a minute, man. Let's get.
Okay,
we got a lot of stories, bro.
Okay,
a lot of stories popped up in 6 days. First off, let's take a second of silence for one of the greatest actresses in our time. She was known to be not only in things like the original Mandalorian Candidate, Gaslight, the picture of Dorian Gray, but she was also in famous Elvis Presley movies, and everybody knows her as Jessica Fletcher from Murder, She Wrote. The great Angela Lansbury passed away at 96 years old this week.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know you watch Murder, She Wrote every day. You're a big Murder She
My
Wrote person.
my grandmother did. So I didn't watch Murder She Wrote.
Ah, yeah, that makes me
I
not
know
feel
about
all
her.
Chris.
I know Angela
Anyway,
Lansbury.
move
Yeah.
on. Let's move
Sorry.
on, Chris.
Sorry,
Anyway,
pal.
have you ever heard of Barbella? Barbella? Barbarella?
And give me more. I want
There's
to
a
know.
movie made in the 70s. I think Farrah Fawcett. Barbella. Let's take a look real quick. We're but my freaking thing is going as slow as it possibly could. 1968 was the old Barbella,
I don't
and
know.
it was originally done by Jane Fonda. Jane
Okay.
Fonda.
Okay.
Sydney Sweeney.
Sydney Sweeney's in New Bella now. Okay.
Yes.
Are you there, dude?
Sorry,
Can you
my
hear me?
streaming
Okay.
just stopped for a second. I apologize.
Okay.
I don't know
So
why my site is having issues. 1 second. There we go. Now I fixed everything. Everything's fine. All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Barbella is being remade. The Jane Fonda original is being remade by with Sydney Sweeney from Korea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's great. I love Sydney Sweeney. You know, she's great. I like her a lot.
So that's weird. That works out, right?
Yeah.
Hope that works out. John Carpenter will be up for directing a Dead Space movie.
That would be
Dead Space
fucking
movie
crazy.
is do you know who Dead Space?
I know
what
Dead
Dead
Space
Space is?
quite well. It's like a video game. Yeah, there's several of them. Yeah, Dead Space 2 is terrifying.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure. The only thing I've ever wanted to do, and I've mentioned it before, is Dead Space. That would make a really great movie, and I could do that. Well, any of them were really good. I even like the last one, the action one. I would like to do that as well. So he's putting his name in the hat. Hopefully, it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Rumors suggest Marvel Studios and Sony have already signed a deal, and they are going to start filming at the end of this year, the beginning of next year for Spider-Man 4, which will be released in the summer of 2024.
Cool, man. Yeah, I'd be into that. I mean, we're all waiting
Right?
for Spider-Man 4. We're all waiting for it.
I'm waiting for Spider-Man 4.
Hopefully they can rebound well. People love the last one. I know people love the last one. They're all about the memory berries in that movie, and that's fine. You can like those. But yeah, I'm seeing how Spider-Man 4 works out. Those are good movies. I'm not shitting on Spider-Man. The last 3 have been fantastic. So wake up, dude.
So Jamie Lee Curtis is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Are we way off again? I think we're way off again.
One, 2,
1,
2,
1,
2,
1.
2.
Wait a minute. So we're right next to each other.
Oh, cool. All right, awesome.
Wait a minute. 1,
2.
Yeah, that's no. All right, 1 second, Garcia, if you're there, just 1 second. We're having problems all day with the internet. It's probably on my side. 1 second, I'll reboot.
Okay. Garcia, I do like the idea of John Carpenter making a Silent Hill those Silent Hill films weren't the best. So, 1.
All right. 2.
3.
4.
5.
6.
I don't know if it still think it's pretty bad, this lag.
Oh my gosh. All right, let me do it again.
Okay.
This sucks. I hate. Why is this happening?
I like when Neil leaves and he's still talking. But yeah, we've had bad guys for roasting. If you're watching right now, we've had bad internet. It's gonna be a fucking nightmare for me to edit. But it'll be okay. 1,
2,
3,
4.
we're good.
We're great. Okay, I'm
yeah.
not even messing with the video thing, like
Okay.
switching this back. I'm just gonna go with this. Okay, where was I at?
We just got done talking about Spider-Man. No,
All
we
right,
didn't.
so Jamie Lee Curtis. Jamie Lee Curtis thinks she has a little leverage over there at Disney, and she wants to create a sequel to a Disney movie that she did years earlier.
Freaky Friday.
And she has gotten a hold of. She wants to do Freaky Friday 2, and Lindsay Lohan is on board. Jamie Lee Curtis now wants to play the grandma, and Lindsay Lohan's character gets the sexy 30-year-old who's now written it to Disney, friends at Disney, and their Haunted Mansion movie now. So let me be the grandma. Let me be the old grandma who switches places. So then Lindsay can be the sexy grandma who's still happy with Mark Harmon in all the ways you would be happy with Mark Harmon. And simply, I would like to see Lindsay be the hot grandma and like to see me try to deal with toddlers today. I want to be a helicopter parent in today's world as an old lady.
Okay, like whatever. Like I think Lindsay Lohan would probably sign for anything that's given to it these days. But I don't know. Like, do you think she's just trying to go back to the stuff she loved? I mean, she's old now, so she's doing like redoing Halloween sort of thing. But she's taking ownership now. Like, Halloween Ends comes out next week. We're watching that, so we're all excited about that. Even if we
Oh
haven't the
yeah,
second
yeah,
one watched.
Halloween for sure. Yes, the original Freaky Friday was Jodie Foster. You are 100% correct. But anyway, now here's a movie that's starting production next week, and I totally forgot this was even being made.
Mhm.
The Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
So okay, so this is but we already had basically. I mean, we had that trilogy, the War and I forget the other one, but
It'll
the
pick up
battle.
the following events of the War of the for the Planet of the Apes.
They don't need to make a fourth one, man. That's over. Caesar
No,
is gone.
they can make a fourth one. Fourth one. They
But
can make up one,
Caesar
bro.
isn't Caesar dead? You know,
Does it
to me,
matter?
Caesar is home.
Everything matters to you, you old
Yeah.
fogey. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that everything can't stay old.
No, everything. But we don't need a sequel to that. Everything needs to be new. I mean, but all right. What's
All
next
right.
on the?
Murder on the Oriental Express.
Yeah, and then
Death on the Nile. Now, a haunting in Venice.
Oh, yeah, he's coming back, right? Like they're doing the third one.
Kenneth Branagh will return as the greatest detective in the world, Hercule Poirot, in A Haunting in Venice.
Kenneth Branagh, by the way.
As I said, Branagh. Set in eerie post-World War II Venice on All Hallows Eve, A Haunting in Venice is a terrifying mystery featuring the return of celebrity sleuth Hercule Poirot. The official long line for A Haunting in Venice reads, now retired and living in self-imposed exile in the world's most glamorous city, Poirot regularly attends a seigneur at a decaying haunted mansion when one of the guest is murdered, and then an advertisement pops right above it, so I can't read the rest. When one guest is murdered, the detective is thrust into a sinister world of shadows and secrets.
You know what made that even more terrifying? That Army Hammer in it.
Colin Hanks and Ryan Reynolds is working on a documentary on one of the biggest, greatest, awesomest comedic actors of all time that literally just, I think, gets looked over way too much in this world.
Who?
John Candy. A documentary on the great John Candy.
I do hope that they debunk a myth that he's an asshole. I mean, he was, but I've heard just things that, he was an asshole. in real life.
No, I've never heard that John Candy was an asshole.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean,
But I
John-
work with a lot of assholes in
Us.
radio, music, and media.
So
And
who
so,
knows?
you know, I mean, look at my host of this show. Anyway,
Hey,
Dwayne
fuck
the
you,
Johnson
man.
says he's actually has plans to make a Black Adam versus Superman movie. That's where this movie is leading to. And there's only one person that can play Superman,
Henry, right?
Henry Cavill. Mm-hmm.
Do you think he's gonna come back? Do you think he's gonna do it?
I mean, if The Rock says he wants Henry, they're gonna bring back Henry.
Okay. I mean, well, no. I mean, it's really up to Henry though. He's at the. I mean, offer him as much money as you can, I guess. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hillary Swank wants to know where's her damn phone call.
What do you mean?
Why isn't Cobra Kai called her yet?
She's waiting for it. Oh, because the next Karate Kid's not that good. Maybe.
Neither was Karate Kid Part 3, but they literally used the villain from that.
All right. I mean, okay. I mean, so Hillary Swank's just watching her phone, waiting for the producers to call her and say, "Hey, we
She's
can
like,
wait for Cobra Kai."
I'm not in Cobra Kai. I really love the show, but no one's asked me to be in it yet, which a lot of people are asking if I'm going to be on it. And it's like, that's the number one question I get no matter where I go to right now.
Poor Hillary. Then I ask her about other things.
Hillary Swank just wants to be loved, people. Let's love Hillary Swank. Patty Jenkins says the Wonder Woman 3 script is complete and they are looking to start pre-production. Nice.
Cool. Yeah.
I didn't even know it was being written.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it was being written.
Yeah. 84 is okay. Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You know, Winnie the Pooh,
Mm-hmm.
Blood and Honey.
Yeah.
The horror movie we're all waiting for.
Yeah, the one we're dying to see.
Well, there's another character that's in public domain that's going to get the horror movie creature feature just as well.
Who?
The Grinch is going to get a horror makeover this Christmas. The Grinch is no stranger to being attacked from both TV and cinema, with Jim Carrey playing a vision, of course. Benedict Cumberbatch voicing the role in a recent animated movie version of it, which was okay.
We talked about it. Yeah.
As reported by Bloody Disgusting, the Mean One
Mm-hmm.
is the name of the movie, will retain some of the classic story, how the Grinch stole Christmas, but with both parody it and twist it into a horror slasher movie, which stars Terrifier's David Howard Thornton in the tutorial role.
Okay, titular. Cool. I was gonna say bring back Jim Carrey to do that role again, but
Dude,
yeah.
if you could get Jim Carrey, awesome. John Waters, you know John Waters, right?
I know John Waters. Yeah, of course I do.
One of the greatest directors of all time.
Oh, yeah, that
like,
far, but yeah.
Literally. You wouldn't go that far?
No. He's good though.
Hairspray, Crybaby, Pink Flamingos. Fuck you if you don't like John Walters.
I'm not saying I don't like him. I just like, but they're better. I mean, okay, he's definitely iconic. They don't.
He's
the best.
definitely. I mean, like his movies are the reason like people like Wes Anderson exist. Yeah, I said it. Anyway, he will be doing his first directing movie. He's going to direct a movie called Liarmouth, a feature film based on his newest novel. Liarmouth is the crazy thing I've written in a while, so maybe it's fitting that my novel was shocking enough to jumpstart the engine of my film career again. He is hopefully that it will come back. Now, plot details on the movie weren't specifically stated by Waters, but we can presume that the movie adaptation will be a similar plot to the book. A Liarmouth, a feel-bad romance is described by publisher funny, filthy tale of sex, crime, and family dysfunction. I'm down. I'm down.
Yeah, I'll definitely watch it. Yeah.
John Waters is a god.
Okay. I mean, he's definitely awesome. He's definitely a cool dude.
David Buckner and Scott Derrickson are working at Shudder on VHS 85.
I did mention that earlier. I'm glad we talked about it. I'm I'm looking forward to all the. I like the VHS movies. Do you like them? You into them? Neil?
Yeah, you know, I've had fun with them. They're nice movies. You know, I watch them here and there. So yeah, definitely. I put them on Shutter, and I you know, it's one of those movies I throw on every now and then.
Fucking love Shutter, dude. I can't get enough. Of it.
So, well, Shutter's a great
Oh,
freaking.
bitch!
If you don't have
I do
Shudder,
like
I don't know what to say.
Garcia. I do like. I saw bitch ass at Panic Fest, and I like that a lot.
Nice. Do you like everything that you see?
No, as evidence. Okay.
Tom Cruise is expected to film a movie with NASA and Elon Musk's SpaceX in outer space. Oh, Creepshow Shutter video game is getting a freaking video game. Is what Garcia's saying here.
That's cool.
Oh, Tony Todd's horror film Bitch Ass. That was a good movie.
Bitch Ass is great.
Anyway.
Bitch Ass is great.
Anyway, yeah, good stuff, man. Anyway, Tom Cruise expecting to film a movie with NASA and Elon Musk, SpaceX in outer space. They have a great project in development. Does contemplate him taking a rocket to the space station, and hopefully he will become the first civilian to do a spacewalk outside of the International Space Station, where he will play a down on his luck guy who finds himself in the position of being the only person who could save Earth.
Cool.
Yeah, I agree with that. Todd Farland this past week at the New York Comic Con had something to say about Spawn. Not only is it getting made, but if the Spawn movie does well, Chris, guess what we're getting? We're getting a Spawn cinematic universe. Because there's over 71 characters in the Spawn franchise. Everybody from Witchblade to, you know, Redeemer to like, there's so many different characters in the Spawn universe that he wants to do a cinematic universe. I mean, can you like see the backstory on Violator? That'd be amazing.
You're a Spawn fan. Like, you've always loved, you read the comic books and all that shit, right?
I mean, Todd McFarlane created fucking, you know, Venom, dude.
Okay, so yeah.
Created. Okay. That's him. He did that.
Okay.
He created that. And he created Spawn. So
okay, I mean,
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah. What about it?
We must have a hiccup in our system because you just delayed like massively for replying to that.
What? Okay, is this better now?
1,
2.
Yeah. No. Going in and out. Be right back.
Neil's internet must fucking suck. I don't know what's going on over there in Oklahoma.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
Okay, cool. You're already still good. Five Nights at Freddy's movie officially greenlit at Blumhouse.
They're just to make everything now. It's
Blumhouse just needs to make everything.
Yeah.
Blumhouse is great. Five Nights at Freddy's is more constantly asked to any other film I've ever worked on. And it's finally happening with Emma Tammy at the helm. We're committed to make vision of the movie come to life. Rest assured, it will be, and it is worth the wait.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Yeah, we'll watch it.
All right. Your favorite Marky Mark movie is now becoming a series over at Peacock. Cock. Yeah, my Peacock. Cock. I want to see my Peacock. Cock. Give my Peacock. Cock.
The new Departed. Is that what they're doing? Departed.
No. Fear.
I don't remember that movie.
Like, how many years ago was that? 1996?
Was he still Marky Mark?
96, dude.
Okay. All right. I mean,
yeah. The modern series renovation finds two young lovers in a psychology game of cat and mouse, but who's the cat and who's the mouse? When David and Nicole first meet in Seattle, feels like an epic once-in-a-lifetime romance, but soon it becomes clear that seemingly perfect couple is anything but. Told from the conflicting points of view, The series wrestles with personal demons, hidden agendas, and reframes the he said, she said convention into a twist-filled suspension story about toxic relationships.
It's all that he said, she said bullshit.
You didn't even say it right, dude. You didn't even say it right. It's all about the he said, she said bullshit. You better call quit it, because come on, say it. Leave it with
fucking Fred Durst. Let's keep going.
Right now. Yeah, that's Scott's question. Because right now I'm dangerous. We all felt like shit. Been treated like shit. All those motherfuckers.
Do you like that song?
What a step up.
Let's come get it. But let's keep
Dude, it's
going.
one of my go-to songs. It's one of my go-to songs to sing on karaoke.
It's such a
because I can do the I can do the. It's such a great
I'll let
song.
you,
Yeah, it's like a hype song, dude. It's like their best song ever.
Let's keep going.
Transformers: Rise of the Beast adds Michelle Yeoh and Pete Davidson to the cast.
I mean, I could give shit about the Transformers anymore. I mean, they just keep giving Michael Bay money, and I don't know why.
But it's Pete Davidson, dude. How can you not care about Pete Davidson?
That's fine.
Davidson is one of the best.
Dude,
Pete Davidson is one of the greatest comedians of this generation.
You need to fucking calm down with that shit. No fucking way is that true.
No.
You can as a comedian or a comedic actor. What are we talking about?
Yeah, who's a better comedic actor right now than Pete Davidson
not to say the best of our generation. You said the best of our generation.
Generation Z. Who's better?
Yeah, dude. Give it time, because Pete Davidson's good. I'm not saying he's not good, but when you call him the best shit ever, are you drunk already? Like, what's the deal here?
Not the ever. No, I'm not. I'm barely a beer and a half in.
Okay, I don't know what's going on, dude.
No. All right. And finally, last but not least, only because everybody wants to know what happens after a man shouts out to the top of his lungs, "Not the bees! No! Not the bees!"
What about Wicker Man? Are they remaking Wicker Man? Like a third one?
The Wicker Man is getting a reboot as a TV series.
Okay.
Andy Serkis, also known as Gollum, Caesar from Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, yep.
And the millions of other things he's done. Is going to be producing. It's a new take on the Wicker Man. It works, but this time it'll be developed as a TV series. Because I've been raising in popularity in recent years, it will be more of a reimagining of the Wicker Man, no connection to the previous films at all. The new adaptation will have some key differences to go along with updating the story to be told in a modern setting, but there will still be many similarities to the Wicker Man series we'll share with the movies.
Cool. Well, I'll definitely see it. I mean,
I just want one time. Just one time. They got to say it.
But they gotta say it like in a way that not everyone notices. Be like
something different. Yeah. It's like, why are the kids not playing outside? Oh, the bees. It's always the bees.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. That's it, man. Let's get to the last movie. Let's talk about Amsterdam. This is the Movies Don't Suck and Something News. Now it is on the way to the one, the only
Amsterdam.
Oh,
directed by.
Wait.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
What are you doing? What are you doing, sir?
Sorry, pal.
What are you doing, sir? We got to get in Amsterdam in 1933. We got to get the news off. Yep. 1930. Was it 1918? Right? 1918. This is a picture from 1918 Amsterdam.
So this is directed by the famed David O. Russell. He's directed and written things such as Three Kings, American Hustle, The Fighter, and the Silver Linings Playbook. This stars Christian Bale as Burt Berenson.
There is an idea of a Patrick Bateman.
Margot Robbie as Valerie Vose.
You're here.
Oh God, stop! You're gonna do that thing where you open up a weird ass case of torture devices while inexplicably detailing your master plan and how I don't fit into it.
John David Washington is Harold Woodman.
Is that what this is?
What?
Is what you're threatening?
Also, and this also stars Alessandro Nivola as Detective Holtz, Andrea Riseborough as Beatrice, and Anya Taylor-Joy as Libby Vose, Chris Rock as Milton King, Michael Shannon as Henry Norcross, Mike Myers as Paul Canterbury, Taylor Swift as Liz Meekins, as Timothy Olyphant as Taryn, Zoe Saldana as Irma, Rami Malek as Tom, and of course Robert De Niro's
Von Page, also Bonnie Hellman.
yeah. Oh, yeah, but Robert De Niro as General Gil Dylan Beck.
You talking to me?
Dude, this thing has so many characters I don't even know where to begin. Why don't you read the one sentence storyline for this one?
In the 1930s, three friends witness a murder, are framed for it, and uncover one of the most dangerous, outrageous plots in American history.
So I'll ask you a question. Do you like David Russell films?
I like David Russell films.
So, I mean,
in the past. Like, how do I say this nicely?
This movie has the bones of a good movie, but it's missing the connective tissue. This thing has 11 main characters. Like what the fuck are you doing? Like there's so much. The plot's very convoluted. I'll start with things I like about this movie. I like the three main characters. I like their chemistry. I love it.
You know what?
Honestly.
I'm going to say this. Are you ready for me to say this? Are you ready for
Yeah,
this?
I'm ready.
Are you ready to have a heart attack from surprise? Are you ready? For one time only, Christian Bale was not the worst part of a movie that Christian Bale was in. Kristen Bale did a good job playing a gimpy guy that's been abused, because literally that's the thing he's good at playing is gimpy guys or guys on crack, but Christian Bale, good job. John David Washington, good job. Margot Robbie, good job. I don't think the problem here is the acting in this movie. I think this is a movie that if made 20 years ago, this would be a good movie. But audiences are too smart for making us feel this dumb the entire movie. They really spell things out for you to the point where when things happen and they're like, oh no, that happened earlier in the movie. They don't want you to remember that. They go back to that part of the movie and they're like, here it plainly is, so you can plainly see why this is a thing.
So
and
the thing is,
really just upset me.
and it's not really even a good plot. It's convoluted, and then you're like, it's underwhelming and it's messy. This movie's messy beyond belief. Like I said, it has a good bones with no connective tissue. And like you said, the acting's not the problem. It's just that it's supposed to be. David Russell's good movies are sharp and funny, but this is just no funny in it. Like I barely laughed in this thing. Like I said, I had the good feel goods when it came to Christian Bale, Margot Robbie, and John Washington in that part in Amsterdam. I like that part quite a bit. But other than that, this movie doesn't know what it's doing or what it's saying, or even then, like there's no.
The movie just has no idea where the heck it's going. And then by time it does know what it's doing, we already figured out what's going on.
And we don't give a fuck even. We don't care.
Yeah, it's like you get to the point where, I mean, Chris, I was in the Big D Theater at AMC. You know what that means? Right? That's the big IMAX screen with all the sound and the nice leather chairs instead of that crappy cloth chair. I was the only No, I was in there with two other people were in there, and they left an hour in.
Oh, really?
They left an hour in. They came, paid their money to watch a movie, the $20, at least that it cost to be $20. We're going to at least say $20 altogether for tickets, popcorn, whatever, to sit down in their movie. And they said, And the movie only had like an hour left, and they're like, "Nah, fuck this shit. I'm out."
Yeah, I
And
was
like,
looking. I looked at my clock at one on my phone for the clock, like for the time, more than a few times. This movie is an hour and 45 minutes movie stuffed in 2 hour and 15-minute movie. Like they could have trimmed so much of this, and that I mean, like I said, there's
there's a bit. Okay, Mike Myers and Michael Shannon, great chemistry together.
Oh,
They
loved him.
had
Loved him.
have no idea why they were in the fucking movie.
Yeah,
Made
yeah.
no sense. And then we had this off scene with Mike Myers' character. I'm not saying what he's doing or anything like that, but that introduced other characters that we had to be introduced to that literally we didn't need at all. Like, you could have cut that out. That would have trimmed 30 minutes of the movie, even though Michael Shannon and Michael Myers' characters together were a pleasure on the screen.
Yeah. Chris
saying-
Rock was also underutilized, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, Chris Rock was just another guy that was there.
Yeah, they didn't.
You know,
like you see the cast of this, and like they all agreed to this, but the movie didn't. They didn't pull it together, and I don't know. I don't know what's going on here because we have great actors in this movie. Just they weren't given them a movie that they deserved, honestly.
Yeah, like it should have been a lot better of a movie. Like this movie, like I just don't want this to be like how future full cast of full like I don't think enough people.
I had high hopes.
I don't think it like here. Yeah, I know. Let me give my opinion
sorry.
here. Then you can jump in again. I really like it just started so slow and it got to the point where you're not getting enough information or you're getting too much information. I can't really, it's like a conflict there that it's just like, okay, I kind of care about these characters. I'm going with them. I see where we're going. But then it just got to the point where just a useless amount of stuff was happening.
Yeah, but one of my favorite parts of the parts that confounds me rather is there's a point where Christian Bale comes to the office with Johnny Washington and Margot Robbie, and they get this exposition, and you're like, who the fuck cares? Like it wasn't exciting at all. Yeah, you're like okay, like
and nothing against any of these actors, nothing against any of them. They brought their A game. They all they had chemistry. Everybody had chemistry, and you could see it. You could feel it. But it was just like even Rami Malek and his little weird, his weird character with his wife Anna Taylor-Joy, or Anna Joy Taylor. Which way is it?
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Anya. I'm sorry, Anya. I apologize if you ever hear this. I'm sure you won't. But they literally, it was so good. And at one point, I was like, maybe this is kind of like a Wes Anderson thing. And I didn't understand that it's like a Wes Anderson thing.
By the way, I would have loved that idea of this if it was like an anthology. You know what I mean? Like just a bunch of vignettes with these characters, which with how fucking like nonsensical it is. There we go. That would work.
That'll work. If you would have stopped the movie, put a title up for 5 seconds, like chapter 2, beans are cooking, and done that, it would have made more sense. It just didn't make. I don't understand how all his other movies are so good, so fluid. I mean, including, if you go through David O. Russell's
like I said, three Kings. I
Heart Huckabees. I Heart Huckabees is like a weird movie to other people, but it was one of my favorites when it came out. The Fighter, Silver Lining Playbook, American Hustle, 3 fucking modern day classics in a row. And Joy was, hit or miss for some people, but like the rest of those are 3 modern day classics: The Fighter, Silver Linings Playbook, and American Hustle.
Even Flirting with Disaster, Vince Stiller, that's pretty good one too.
Yeah, Flirting with Disaster was a good movie. Yeah. So I don't know what, like, if like someone didn't tell this guy that he had all his cool actors and he could do. I don't know, man. I don't know what went wrong here. I'm just saying something did go wrong. People died.
I do want to
several
mention how I like how much you're punching the mic recently. You're over here hitting the fuck out of the mic with your hand.
Hmm?
You've been hitting the mic all day with your hand, like sort of
What?
like.
No, I haven't. I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
No, Amsterdam. Uh, too overstuffed and just fucking weird and just poorly put together. It's not a good movie. Like I said, there are bones in here. I see the bones of a cool movie, but no connective tissue. That's how I've been described to people. So, Amsterdam.
All right, let's do some quotes and let's give our ratings and get done with this shit.
All right.
A lot of. Nope, can't read that.
Okay.
Fixing faces, lifting spirits, and singing songs. You have a dead white man in a box, not even a coffin. I'm not sticking around. True love is based on need, not choice. Holy shit, what fresh hell is this? Why not live it for a beautiful thing, even if you're broke? The dream repeats itself when it forgets itself. When you left Amsterdam, something bad would happen. That bad part of the dream. My grandfather shot a man in the face. Then my grandfather got shot in the face. Different situations. It looks like the drink's on me. Literally. From your mouth to God's ear. Thank you. Never seen this before. Oh, can't read the rest of that. I love that. She is so excited, inappropriate. She is so excited. Yeah, inappropriately excited. Valerie and her home movies, their art. I waited too long for something to happen between us. What's more American than building a dictatorship out of a business? It allows us to talk to the superior race from a different galaxy. What good is it when powerful people make excuses for people that stand in their way? You got to be some super fanatic to have your bushes cut that way. That's it. That's the last
All right.
line, bro.
How was your score on this one?
Why freaking busting me the whole time? It's got to be a 3, man. I didn't dig it. I wish I did. There's such a. I love Don David Washington. I love Margot Robbie. As much as I don't say this, Christian Bale can be good when he's in the right movie or the right thing for him. I mean, I love Chris Rock. I love Rami Malek is one of my favorites of all time. Anna Taylor-Joy. Like this cast, Michael Shannon, for God's sakes. Mike Myers, whoever Taylor Swift is. Like this has a good cast. This just felt. How do you have Robert De Niro, Christian Bale, Margot Robbie, all Academy Award-winning, Oscar-winning people, and you deal this shit? You deal this shit. That's like inviting those 3 people over to my house, and all I serve them is hot dogs and beans. Beans and weenies. Like I don't even cook them a good meal.
Yeah.
I don't see why.
So my score on this 2.8. I'm lower than you. I like I said, there are parts of this I like, but for most, it's just not. It's just not there. Like, no, fuck it. I'm going. This sucks. This is an MTDS tag for me. Fuck this movie.
You're going 2.5?
Yeah, 2.5. I just
wow.
Yeah. So don't guys don't.
The
see
only
it,
reason
yeah.
I'm giving it a 3, and this is the
Sorry.
only reason.
Uh-huh.
You know what? No, the reason I was thinking that I was only going to give it a 3 is
Mhm.
actually going to make me lower it. I'm going to go to a 2.6 on this. I'm
Okay.
down with you. And the
Yeah.
reason being is because at the end of this movie, they re-explain everything throughout the entire movie, which one took 20 minutes that we didn't need to add to this fucking movie.
They tried to
And
Ocean's 11 it for us or something like that.
Yeah. And 2, we weren't that dumb. I'm pretty sure we all caught it as the movie went on. If
Yeah.
anybody thinks this is a like ridiculously great movie, it's because they didn't understand how much the director was talking down. I felt
Yeah,
like I
that
was
or
a
the-
kid being talked down to.
Or they just really wanted a good David O film. They didn't get it, you know. So
Like I don't know what happened here, man. I really don't. It was a car crash. All right. I'm gonna say 47.
so the audience score for this movie is sorry. Fuck it closed on me 1 second. It's
Why did you close
59%.
on you?
It's 59%
Ah,
for the
I'm
audience.
12% less. Okay.
Okay. What's the critics score on this one? I'm gonna mute you.
Critic score is going to be 58.
32%.
Oh, they went lower. Oh,
Mhm.
usually they go higher.
Critics' consensus is Amsterdam has a bunch of big stars and a very busy plot, all of which amounts to painfully less than the sum of its dazzling parts. So there we go. Amsterdam. Weird fucking movie. Not a good one. David Owen, better luck next time. So yeah, it's weird, man.
It is a weird movie. It is a very weird movie. I tried. I wanted it to be better. I wanted. I hate when things aren't better. Why wasn't it better?
So next week we're seeing Halloween Ends, and I don't know the other movie. You figure that out?
What movie?
Halloween Ends is one of the ones we're seeing.
Chris, I'm gonna say it. I've been thinking about it all week.
Come on, are you making watch Hocus Pocus 2 next week?
No,
Oh, what?
I think it's time, man. It's time. I'm not gonna make you watch Hocus Pocus 2.
What? The monsters?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready. The hoopla has gone down. I know it's been out for 2 weeks now.
Okay. We'll do the monsters. You guys, you guys can find us online, movies on stuff.net. We're on Facebook, Facebook.com, social news on Stuff Podcast. We're on Twitter at NTS Podcast. We're on Instagram at NTS Podcast. Patreon.com/news don't suck. Bonfire.com/news don't suck, and some they do. You watch us on YouTube and subscribe. Watch us on Facebook. Go ahead and like that page. We're also anywhere you find podcasts, you can find movies that don't suck. Some they do. What do you do for small businesses? What's up?
So I just turned on Facebook for pop it up for a second because I was cleaning off my browsers,
Yeah.
and my friend Mike has no last names. Please don't say what his last name is.
Okay, sure.
But my friend Mike has a picture of my refrigerator up on his Facebook. On my refrigerator is my voting card.
Why is your voting card in your?
On my refrigerator. So then when it's voting time, I can grab it and go vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's on your voting card, bro?
I don't know what.
All your information.
Oh, well, come on, Mike. Come on, dude.
Like, I just noticed it, and I'm just like, oh, so someone had zoomed in on this picture right now. You can see what precinct, what affiliation, where I vote, the last four of my social. Like,
That's fucked up.
Oh gosh.
What is your small businesses now?
Small business. If you got a small business, just let us know. So we'll be more than happy. Let us know via email, DMs, whatever. We'll be more than happy to come over and come over. We will come over. We will seriously, if you ask. But we'll be more than happy to advertise you, just like you heard earlier in this episode, for the thousands of listeners, the millions of followers. We would like to put your information out there on our webpage just to help you out a little bit.
You good?
I mean, I wish the movies were better this week, but I mean, Hellraiser was good. I like the Hellraiser a lot. That's another movie. I totally messed that up.
Let's start.
Let's cut that over. 5, 4, 3, 2. That's another episode of Movies Don't Suck. It's Up to You. My name is Neil.
I'm Chris.
And remember, guys, no matter what you do out there with your girl, your boyfriend, whoever that you love out there, remember, if you take them to Amsterdam, more than likely they're going to raise hell. Have a good night. Thank you, everybody, for watching. You guys have been great. Thanks for commenting. Thank you for being part of the chat. Make sure to go to our Patreon. Make sure to go to our bonfire. We got t-shirts, which I don't have on tonight because I didn't do the laundry this week. But come by anytime. We love talking to you guys. We love seeing you guys. Thank you for coming. Have a good night. All be well. May the force be with you.